Man, this would be a good time to have like some fucking theme music or some type of anime opening or some shit like that. But because I'm fucking broke, guess what? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's episode of the Continuity Cast. It's me, your boy, Chris Cage. How y'all doing today? So, I said we just go ahead and jump on into it, talk about this week's discussion and what really happened throughout the week. So, I'm going to go ahead and start with a little disclaimer. A lot of the shows I'm going to be talking about have a whole lot of spoilers in it. But before we get started with anything, hey, to anybody who is just joining the show, I want to say thank you so much for joining us. Please do not hesitate. Whichever one it is, hit that little subscribe button and then the little bell for the notification. Please, I really appreciate it. You're helping me out so much by making my channel grow and then getting other people to learn about it and discover me and, just helping each other grow, engaging with one another and talking about different topics and shit. So, let's get fucking started, right? So I had a new experience yesterday. Bluebell Ice Cream dropped this shit called Decadence. Like, it was like Brownie Delight Decadence. And when I tell you, that shit was not as good as I thought it was gonna be. Look, I thought I was gonna get excited about it. I was telling my wife, I was like, ooh, you ain't ready for this motherfucking Brownie Deluxe Decadence, whatever the fuck it was called. And then my heart got shattered because I had some, and I was like, nah, man, that Ben & Jerry's still wins. That Ben & Jerry's Brownie Batter Core, whatever the hell it was called, man, look, that's probably my second favorite. When I was on my first deployment, I had Ben & Jerry's half-baked ice cream almost every single night when I was sitting in Japan. Dog, that shit was fucking delicious. But that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and get into some of this week's topics. Yo, man, this was a really interesting week because we had The Boys season 2 finale. We got The Haunting in Blind Manor. That came out, and you know how, remember what I said last time about October. And then what else happened? So, full disclaimer, I usually record on Sundays, but because Shonen Jump started releasing manga a little bit later, I was like, nah, man, I gotta have this type of stuff in the content for like the anime aspect towards the end of the episode. So with that being said, I'm recording everything on this Monday. So, hey, we all doing something new, trying to get a feel for the system. Now, with that being said, big thing happened last night. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Lakers on earning their 17th ring, tying the Boston Celtics. I'm going to say I'm happy for the Lakers. I'm happy for the legacy of Kobe. I'm happy for the city of Los Angeles. I am not happy for the Laker fans, and I'm not happy for the LeBron fans. If there was any kind of terrible combination to come together, it's no shit Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Like, no bullshit. Shang Tsung and Quan Chi, LeBron fans and Laker fans combining to create this ultimate fusion of the worst fan base. Second worst fan base after Cowboy fans I've ever experienced. But I'm bullshitting with y'all. Congratulations on the ring. Congratulations to LeBron. He definitely earned it. I thought, I have my thoughts about it, but shout out to him, man. 35 years old, and this dude is still giving people problems. Like, you got to respect it at that point. He's not my GOAT, but I understand if he's somebody else's GOAT. With all that being said, we're going to come back to the NBA talk. We're going to get that out the way. I just had to say congratulations because I love to see my people shine. So, I'm trying to figure out which show I want to talk about first, man, because a whole bunch of different stuff happened. But I think I had it listed for me to talk about The Boys first. So, before we get into all that, before we get into show talks, I know I keep trying to flip-flop and whatnot. I promise you the structure is going to get down-packed one day. But let me go ahead and just put this out there because I like to talk about my week first before I just skip to entertainment and stuff like that. So, in light of the pandemic, just because this is something that's been devastating us for a whole year long, I want to try to notice the positive aspect towards things. So, with that being said, when the pandemic first hit, I was in Texas at the time. Me and my wife were in this apartment in Texas, and because my job pays me constantly, I got told my job was to stay at the house in quarantine. I got paid. I'm one of the lucky ones to actually get paid to do nothing. And that right there shattered my fucking work ethic. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It kind of devastated because I got a taste of a life that I truly want, which is a life of passive income. So the fact that I literally would wake up and still make money, get paid with my regular paycheck, like clockwork, I can't say no to that. Like, show me 5 people who could say no to a life like that. Please, come on, show me. So ever since then, I've been almost obsessed with trying to find ways to make passive income, because I already had my t-shirt business. I was already selling t-shirts. That's never been, well, it's not a new thing at this point. It's still relatively new compared to like other companies, but I've always been on my grind like that. But when it comes down to passive income, I'm still relatively new. So shout out to the YouTube channels Earn Your Leisure and Trade and Travel, because those are the main 2 that have like supplied me with all this information and knowledge that I've been seeking out towards learning how to enter the world to earn passive income. You know what I mean? So, excuse me, I'm trying to preach to the choir right now. So I went ahead, I'm dipping my toe in. I started with just $200 and I'm trying to make that thing work. So I'm not going to tell you how my funds grow. Just know when you see me out here making look, you see me out here shining with my sweatpants and my regular ass t-shirt on, just know I'm out here working. You know what I mean? I ain't finna fall money around yet. But when you start seeing travel vlogs, just know that's where the come up is. So that's enough of that. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the TV show talks, just like I said I would. There, a little bit of structure, right? Yo, so the boys. I'm trying to stay calm. Yo, so season 2 of The Boys. Season 1 to season 2. The Boys is probably one of my, like, no bullshit, it's probably my favorite TV show out right now. This is what I needed after being dragged through the mud by a show like Game of Thrones. This is exactly what I needed. And being able to watch this, like, this is a show that I could no shit binge and watch weekly and still get enjoyment out of the both of them. I know we talked about last week, but yo, this fucking show right here, dog, this shit is fucking dope, and I can't speak highly enough of it. It's probably my favorite superhero showing out of anything, like from video games to movies, other TV shows. Like, The Boys is top fucking notch right here, and I can't speak highly enough of it. But season 2 finale, shit kept popping off left and right. Maeve got her shit together. Fucking, look, Kimiko and Starlight beat the shit out of Stormfront. They no shit jumped the bitch, and it was the dopest shit in the world. I was just trying to figure out of all of them, which one would be the one that should be wearing Tim's. And my money's on Kimiko, because she actually ripped motherfucker's face off. You know what I'm saying? So that shit right there was wild. Very, very wild. And I think, like, I got to give it to the dude who plays Homelander. I should probably know his name, but I'm too... just dude who plays Homelander, because that's what you're going to be for a long time. You showed your ass this season. You was, like, that man deserves whatever awards there are to give him. He was phenomenal. Any scene Homelander was in, it's like, yo, this motherfucker is intimidating. He steals the fucking show with whatever he does. And the last scene of the season was probably the biggest laugh I got out of it. And that's including, like, all the Golden Girl references. Yo, man, The Boys, honestly, dog, I wouldn't suggest this to my mom, but I gotta say, like, hey, if you want a damn good show, top 10 show, maybe top 5? I could see it being in some people's top 5s. It's short seasons too, so like it doesn't overstay its welcome like other shows, but you can see it going on for quite a bit of time. So we'll see how things go down. Now, with that being said, let's slow the pace down a little bit. We're gonna slow it down a little bit. So I really did try my best. I tried my best to do the right thing for y'all, but I fucking failed. So we're going to talk about the haunting of Bly Manor. I don't want to say Bly House so bad because of Hill House or Blythe Manor or whatever the fuck it was called. So the haunting of Bly Manor. I tried my best to finish the season before sitting down in front of this camera. That's why I tried to get myself to Monday. And I failed miserably. I think I'm behind like 2 episodes before the season ends. So my wife and I are probably going to finish it today. It's just the fact that, yo, man, I'm going to tell y'all this now. Once you hit 25, it's like shit just starts shutting down left and right. Boy, I be tired. Tired. Because once I sit down in my chair, oh, it's a wrap. I now understand why my granddaddy used to always say, I'm just resting my eyes. I do be resting my eyes until my head goes back and then my mouth flies open and now I'm fucking knocked out. So, The Haunting of Bly Manor, I like the fact that it's set in a different place. So now the story is set in 80s London. I don't know what time period it is. I can't tell from the fashion. My wife said it's set 87, so I'm gonna trust my boo babe. It's set in 1987 in London, so I already appreciate the different setting and the different cultural aspects towards certain things. Now, it's got Nell from the first. It's got a couple people from the first season. I think Nell shows back up. Yeah. So for those who watch Haunting of Hill House, the little girl who played, not the little girl, but the one who played Nell, the dude who played adult Luke, and the younger version of the dad, all three of them show back up, and I was really surprised with the accents that they had. Cause I got to give it to them. I thought those motherfuckers was American as shit. They lied to me. They lied to your boy. But that's neither here nor there. So, the show itself, to me, it's slow. And I'm somebody who doesn't like horror. I see where, I feel like the same people worked on this, but they didn't work as hard on this one. Like, and I'm not trying to disrespect Bly Manor. It's so much more slower to me. It's like, you'll see a couple things here and there in the first few episodes, but shit didn't pop off until episode 6. And I was like, yo, man, like, as somebody who don't even like horror, I thought it was gonna be more tension, because The Haunting of Hill House, yo, they had me fucking hiding behind a pillow by episode 1. And this one, I'm brave enough to like have my blanket at my neck. So you can see how there's like a huge difference. Well, not really a huge difference, but it's a noticeable difference. Yeah, see, noticeable. Using bigger words now. Look at Cage in this blue shirt. So, Bly Manor is straight. Hopefully I can go ahead and finish the season and then remember enough for next week's episode. And then we can talk about this a little bit more. But that's neither here nor there. Alright, so we talked about The Boys. We talked about, Bly Manor. Hold on. So before I jump all into sports talk, let me go ahead and get this off my chest. So, as a Spider-Man fan, so this goes into the news that I heard this week. Probably should have been talked about in the beginning of the episode. Fuck it. I'm gonna get the structure down soon. Somebody go pay for me a producer. That's how we doing this shit right here. But, so as a huge Spider-Man fan, I don't know if you can see my tattoo. I'm too lazy to stand up. I don't want you to see my underwear. But, as a big-ass Spider-Man fan, I'm hearing that in the upcoming Spider-Man 3 movie. So many different rumors, but the only one that sounds somewhat true to me is the rumor that Benedict Cumberbatch is going to bring Doctor Strange into the Spider-Man movies as a mentor. And when I tell you, dog, I'm tired. I am so tired of seeing my boy, my favorite superhero, my all-time favorite superhero, in this sidekick little brother trying to like still a mentee. Like, as somebody who when I grew up, Spider-Man is his own hero. He was not like, had his own universe, his own villains, and oftentimes he had to figure his shit out damn near by himself. So like, he didn't really have too many people to turn to. And I understood, because it's an MCU movie and a lot of people like to introduce Spider-Man as younger so he can just grow throughout the movies. I understood all that. It's just, dog, we've seen Spider-Man as a fucking sidekick. No, not a sidekick. We've seen Spider-Man as a mentee for 5 movies. Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, Homecoming, Far From Home. Well, Far From Home, he was the first time he tried to step out of his shoes, because he tried to turn to Mysterio for guidance. You know what I mean? And the fact that they're going to bring in Doctor Strange on the 3rd movie. And the 3rd one is like the main one where he needs to step up and be on his own. Because at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it, my bad, but he like gets outed by Mysterio at the end of Far From Home as a killer. And my boy J. Jonah Jameson, played by J.K. Simmons, shows up and he's like, I told you motherfuckers he was terrible. But Spider-Man, like, this is the main movie where he needs to be on his own, because his back's against the wall. Yeah, the Avengers know he's not a piece of shit, but the rest of the world doesn't know like that. Why? Don't really know. But hey, we're gonna see what we get. Honestly, once again, I already said that I jumped off the train. Like I'm not as connected to the MCU as I once was after Endgame, because I feel like that's like the fucking apex right there. After that, I don't know where it's gonna go. I haven't even seen the trailer for WandaVision. I'm gonna wait for the show to come out, and I'm gonna listen to a couple of people, not really critics, but a couple people here and there that I know for a fact that won't sugarcoat shit. You know what I mean? Try to find a little bit of balance and nuance in that. It's really, really hard nowadays, but it is what it is. So now that we've talked about a couple of things like that, we got a little bit of the important news that I give a shit about. I'm not going to speak about no damn celebrities. I have better things to do, like talk about TV shows and comics and anime and shit like that. And speaking of comics, still on comics, my bad. I just saw that Invincible, the comic book created by Robert Kirkman, is getting an Amazon TV show. There could not have been a better home for this show. Based off of what we've seen Amazon do with The Boys, I know for a fact that this show is going to get the love that it deserves. Because in the comics, that shit gets gory. Like, yo, these motherfuckers are throwing hands. Just imagine, like, Superman in a world of motherfuckers that can break his fucking nose, and he has to beat them all the time, consistently. And there's other ones just like him that he has to fight a whole war against. It's like Zod, but instead of everybody's face coming out nice and perfect, like in Man of Steel, these motherfuckers are getting their shit like they're getting their asses busted. So I can't wait to see that. And it sounds like the dad. I really got to go back and read the comics, because I read like the first 15 issues. They had my attention, and then it lost my attention because other stuff came into play. But from what I read, it was a really good story. I can't wait to pick it back up. I haven't picked up the Boys comic because I heard how different it was from the show. So I'm trying to enjoy the show for what it is, and then when the show ends, I'll read the comics. Now, when it comes down to Invincible, I have my memory of it, of the first, what could be in the first season, but outside of that, it's not really ringing the bell. So it's going to be a whole new story for me. But I'm excited to hear J.K. Simmons as the dad. I would love to remember the dad's name right now, but nothing's ringing the fucking bell. All I know is shit's about to pop off. Body parts about to start flying. If Kimiko from The Boys can literally rip someone's face off and we watch it, oh man, Invincible's going to be a fucking problem. Invincible is going to be a fucking problem, and my body needs it. Alright, so now that we've gone through that, oh man, what else happened this week? So, not a lot is going on. Not a lot. So I said it was a lot. Turns out it's not a lot, because we're basically flying through this episode, just speeding through it. Yo, let me ask everybody this. I'm gonna ask everybody this. Has anybody ever fallen through the fucking endless hole of fight videos on social media? If there's anything that can keep me in the bed, so I'm an early bird. I can't control it. I can't help it. I always wake up, especially on the weekdays, I wake up at like 5 o'clock at the latest. And I have that bad habit of checking my phone, fear of missing out. And as soon as I see one fight video, one turns to 5 turns to 12 turns into all of them. So I always go through this loop where I'll find a fight video, whether it's a street fight, whether it's fucking MMA or fucking UFC, it don't matter. Like people throwing hands and breaking somebody else's nose or slamming them. That shit right there, yo, it's addicting to watch. You know what I mean? And maybe it's because like of the lack of violence right now, with trying to find some type of outlet, because we've been cooped up in the house this entire time. I don't really know what it is. I'm not here to be a deep thinker. I'm here to yell at this damn camera and tell you what about my week. So I always go through this period where I'll just like watch all these fight videos. I even watched some with my wife like not too long ago. And every single time I'm thinking to myself, ooh, it's getting more and more dangerous to talk shit in the middle of the street. There's this one fight video where this tall, lanky dude just like straight Street Fighter this other motherfucker. He hit the down back ep.6, knocked his ass into the air. Motherfucker hit a 25 air combo and beat the shit out of this dude. And I'm like, yo, it's a little dangerous to be trying to talk trash to somebody. So I'm like, yo, it's like, we gotta start learning martial arts out here. If you can't at least box or do some form of MMA, I don't know if shit talking is the move anymore. Especially in the club. I don't care who you are. If you can't fight, dog, don't even do it. Don't set yourself up to get embarrassed, especially because everybody got their phone out. I wouldn't do it. Now, I'm a big dude, so not a lot of people are going to like upfront confront me. But when they see that I got long arms and I can move them bitches fast, oh yeah, that solves problems right then and there. Now, with that being said, if I go against somebody else with long arms that can move them bitches fast, then now we got a motherfucking death battle right there. Because I'm not finna sit down. I'm not finna stop. He's not finna stop. Now we just two duking it out motherfuckers all over World Star and Facebook and every other streaming outlet there is. So, to anybody, look, I ain't got no moral to the story right here. All I know is, dog, if y'all like me and you get caught up in these fight videos, we need a better outlet. We need to find something else to do with our time. That's all I know. That's all I know right there. Look, I'm thinking about, I was looking into different martial arts to try and pick up around my area. And I was seeing stuff like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, not Jeet Kune Do. What's the other one? Jiu-Jitsu. That was another one I saw. A whole bunch of them. And I realized about myself, once again, I'm long. So I got long arms. And, I prefer to stand on my feet rather being on the ground. So I was just looking into different stuff to try and get into just to be better at protecting my wife. Be better, as Joe Rogan said, be better at deciding what I'm going to do with a motherfucker. Deciding. Ooh, that's just a cold ass term right there. Sound like Escanor from Seven Deadly Sins. I'm the one who decides. As you see with the lion on my chest. Let's fucking go. Alright, so let's get into some sports talk. Spend a little time on the entertainment / news week or whatever the fuck we call that, but sports time. Yo, so once again, the big thing of the night was congratulations to the Los Angeles Lakers who won their title last night. The main person I'm proud of is fucking Rajon Rondo and Dwight Howard. I'm really excited to see them get a ring. Granted, didn't want to really see you with the fucking Lakers, but it is what it is. Those two, like Rondo came out the gate hooping. I don't like it. It's bad because you kind of saw it in him. I saw it in him back in 2018 when, like, it's either 2018, 2019 where they played at Boston and Rondo hit the game-winning shot over them. And I was like, yo, he's got it. You can see how he's gotten better. He's still that unstoppable passer. He's still that amazing passer. And he's like, now he has a jump shot. It's a fucking wrap. It really is. If you could turn back the hands of time, he would be a fucking problem. No shit leading his own team. But now that he's paired with LeBron and Anthony Davis, we no shit got a fucking all-star team right here. Not too much you can do with it. Now, with all that being said, I heard, I've seen a couple people say that LeBron's going to get a few more rings before he retires. The way he takes care of his body, I wouldn't be surprised. My little bitty pushback, the West is looking powerful. The West looks scarier and scarier as time goes on. And it's not teams like, I know I spoke about the Trailblazers before. I don't know if I did it on the cast or if I told other people this. But if you watch it, you're trying to hold me accountable. I'm going to go and talk about this now. So the Trailblazers, I like Damian Lillard. I like C.J. McCollum. I don't think they can stay healthy enough to compete in the West. I just don't. I don't have the faith in the medical staff, I guess, because they just, you'll see it. Nurkic is going. Zach Collins, they're contributing great minutes to doing great work. But they missed a whole bunch of pieces, and as you saw, like that fatigue started setting in, and injuries. The season's long, and players aren't playing 82 games like they once did. It is what it is. With all that being said, the Trailblazers might not be one of the teams that I say look out for, but the ones I'm going to say look out for, you better watch out for the fucking Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns kicked ass in the bubble. And I'm not just going to say it's just because, they had time to, relax and they finally got their minds right in this and the third. Like, they went 8-0 against strong teams. dog, if they come back, if they say running back, and coming into this next season, Devin Booker keeps playing like a fucking superstar. And what's the name? What's the name of old boy? DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton steps his game up. These guys might be a problem. They might be something that the Lakers are gonna have to address. And on top of that, the Clippers. I think with this season, especially like with the way that it ended, I feel as though the Clippers are gonna have to address the load management situation. They're gonna have to address how the team chemistry was. Who is the leader of the Clippers? Is it Kawhi Leonard because he scores the most points? Is it Patrick Beverley because he's the most verbal, the most vocal? Like, who leads the team? Let's start with that right there. If somebody can tell me who leads the team, now we can go ahead and start a conversation. As much as I want to say Paul George is striking me like, he just give me that vibe. You remember that? I'm stuttering. I'm stuttering because I'm trying to get my mind right as I say this. Does anybody remember in, I want to say it was 2016 or 17, Kevin Durant had a quote where he said he doesn't really see himself as a leader. He just wants to hoop. He lets Steph and Draymond do the leading. He's just there to ball out on bitches. That's what Paul George is striking me as right now. And I don't know if there's something going on in his personal life or if, something nagging going on. But George Paul showed up when Paul George was needed. And it is what it is. Like, I know shit had the Clippers coming in and kicking everybody's ass. Like, it seems like the Clippers were more prepared for the Lakers than they were prepared for anybody else. And that shit hurt my soul because I didn't want to see the LeBron fans win. No! If anybody don't need to win, it's the LeBron fans. Anybody else I can take. I could take the fucking... who's trash? Who is fucking booty butt cheeks trash? I can take the Hawks fans way before I can take the fucking LeBron fans winning anything. Now, with that being said, we got a lot coming into the next season. I heard a couple things on the Twitter that they're thinking about starting the season on Martin Luther King Jr.'s Day. That would be a good start of the season. They just got to figure out when the season's going to end. Give the players enough time to rest, get their minds right. I wonder when training camp's going to be. And I wonder how this is all going to play into the NFL ratings. We're going to talk about the NFL in a second. But just to continue to talk about basketball for a minute. Honestly, the bubble was a great idea. I don't know how claustrophobic the players felt. I don't know how it is mentally for them as somebody who's been away from family for upwards of a year. Honestly, longer than that, I have my thoughts on it, but I'm not finna place my thoughts onto somebody else. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna place my experiences on or over somebody else's experiences because it's not fair to them as a person. With that being said, I think the bubble was a great idea. I would love to see. I can't see the bubble coming back for 82 games. I can't see the bubble coming back for upwards of 6-7 months or damn near a year. I really can't see the bubble coming back that long. I would love to see the players continue to play in a safe setting. I would love even more to hear or at least see fans in the stands reacting to these amazing players and the amazing things that they're doing. We don't always get what we want, especially because as I try to compare and contrast, the big ass fan stadiums between football teams and basketball teams, yeah, man, ain't no place else for Rona to go. Sometimes she can go up into the sky and fly away, or sometimes she can just go ahead and just play pass along in there. But it is what it is. So, all right, we done with that. I'm not gonna talk about what the Celtics need to win. I'm not gonna do it today. I'm gonna say that for another day. I want to, but I'm gonna say that for another day. Now, what we're gonna talk about next is the NFL. Yo, y'all gonna let me ride for a second? Or y'all gonna let me get my thoughts off real quick? Let me go and get my shit off. Yo, the Philadelphia Eagles. Actually, no. Before I get started, thoughts go out to Dak Prescott. As much as I don't like the Cowboys, I've never hated Dak Prescott. I've never hated individual players. I always think you get your mind right once you leave the Cowboys, except for Orlando Scandrick. Yo, Dak Prescott suffered a terrible injury. It looked pretty bad. I heard that his surgery was a success. I can't wait to see him come back and play lights out just for the Cowboys to keep losing. Hopefully, if the Cowboys don't give him the money he deserves, he finds a new home and gets the money that he deserves, and then I can really support his success. Like, it truly was a terrible thing to see that happen. But I know I can't speak on what's going to make him feel good mentally, but the fact that Andy Dalton was still able to pick the Cowboys up to beat the Giants by, fucking less than 5 points, it is what it is. But right now, the NFC East is it's wide open for the taking. And for some reason, the Eagles do not want to take it. I don't know why. I cannot fathom why they don't want to go to the playoffs right now, especially in the NFC East. Maybe it's because they know they're going to get the shit embarrassed out of them by the way that they're playing. So, I'm going to go ahead and let this be known now. I never said get rid of Carson Wentz, and I'm not going to say get rid of Carson Wentz. I'm just saying it's getting hard to defend Carson Wentz. Dog, this motherfucker right here. Carson Wentz, he did his best, and I can't be happier. Carson Wentz showed out with Travis Fulgham and Greg Ward Jr. Those two motherfuckers right there played their asses off. Like, actually, those three. That trio right there made me happy, and it gave me hope as an Eagles fan. That's why I keep watching the damn games, even though I know I'm going to get my heart broken. My issue with the Eagles right now is the fact that if the offense is doing good, the defense is ass. If the defense is doing good, the offense is ass. I don't know why we have this difference, this dichotomy, but like, yo, fam, y'all not making this easy on my blood pressure, on my heart rate, on my motherfucking cholesterol, on my gout, on my fucking, like, you're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. You're really killing me. The Eagles, so yesterday the Eagles played the Steelers. The 3-0 Steelers. The 1-2-1 Eagles took, you couldn't tell from the box score, but they went the distance with the Steelers. I just got to let it be known that the Eagles got in the Eagles' way. Jim Schwartz sat there and said, yo, I'm about to let this shit ride. And him and Nate Gary, I don't know what kind of under the table deal they got going on, but bless his heart. Bless his heart. You can tell Nate Gary is doing his best, and it just ain't working out. Yo, fam, Nate Gary, I'm sorry, dog. If you watching this, either play better or get the fuck on down. Like, yo, I don't know what it is with Jim Schwartz and his defense. I don't know what it is with the Eagles entirely, because they're so predictable. The team is extremely predictable. We need more. We need better. And I see the pieces. Yes, the Eagles have been ravaged by injuries, especially on offense. On defense, however, the pieces are there. Yes, we need better linebackers. Nate Gary is not good. All right, that's all well fine and good. I feel as though if we got a better defensive coordinator, we would at least have a better philosophy. The bend, don't break mentality, that shit has gotten us. Where's it getting us? What is it getting us? It's getting us nowhere. It's getting our asses kicked. Motherfuckers have been driving down the field on us for a long time. Now, I have my thoughts about the refereeing from yesterday's game. I don't see any point in me coming here yelling, throwing shit around, saying, man, the fucking refs took the game from us. Yo, it is what it is. Because if we being real, I want to say it was Hightower. That main Hightower, can't remember his number. He had a touchdown right there in his hands. He went to go catch the ball. I want to say this was in the second quarter, and he had a touchdown. All he had to do was catch the ball straight through. And you can, hey man, I don't know why, but look, wide receivers don't want to catch. Hopefully he comes back and plays better. I'm not going to be as hard on him because he's a rookie. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, however, great block. Great block, great catch. More. Do more. Give us more. Give us something, dog. Something. Jim Schwartz. Hey, man. Clock's ticking. That's all I can say towards him. Like, I don't know what else can be said. I don't know if what he's bringing to the table that's making him worth keeping around. for so long. Fans have called for his head on numerous occasions, and I just can't see why Doug Peterson keeps him around. I can't see why Doug Peterson keeps calling plays, the same few plays over and over again. Thank God I think yesterday I probably missed it, but I didn't see the same wide receiver bubble screen that usually shows up and usually doesn't work. I don't remember seeing it. If somebody else saw it, please don't hesitate. Correct me. Let me know in the comments below. But yo, I'm gonna go ahead and get up off the Eagles case real quick, because I'm starting to want to branch out and try to watch other teams. Yo, one thing I got a question about, especially for like analysts, how the hell can they just sit there and watch all these different games and just analyze it? Maybe that's a college course that I am not aware of in sports broadcasting, or maybe they just got NFL Game Day Pass and NBA All Access Pass, and they just scanning, just sitting there. Especially Shannon Sharp, when he's watching on his big ass TVs, and he's able to just dissect every single thing that's going on with no volume too, because he can call the game for himself. Shout out to you, Uncle. You got it. You better than me. I'm on the come up though. I'm on the come up. So shout out to the Seahawks, because Russell Wilson continues to prove his case for MVP, and DK Metcalf, the dude who we should have drafted. We picked JJ Arcega-Whiteside over DK Metcalf. Ooh, crack is it crack? Is it crack you smoke? Because I know cocaine's a hell of a drug. I don't know why, but we missed out on that. It's like every single person that we skip on has kicked our ass. Claypool kicked our ass. Who else did we skip out on? Old boy from damn, I can't remember the name. Somebody else kicked our ass this season that we skipped out on. A wide receiver, no less. But like I said, I'm not gonna keep talking about the Eagles. I already said that. I said what I said. Now, damn it, leave me be. With that being said, fucking who else was a pretty big game from yesterday? That Giants and Cowboys game. Danny Dimes just don't look like he got it. He really don't. I legit thought they were about to go into Jerry's World and kick their ass, but Danny Dimes don't look like he got it, and the fact that Andy Dalton came in and stepped up to get the team to win. I'm not going to speak on Dak Prescott's current contract negotiations, where he's looking for a big contract, and the fact that Andy Dalton was able to lead the team, because it doesn't say anything. That it truly doesn't. Dak Prescott has led the team to a number one seeding. Well, let's see what Andy Dalton does. He won against the Giants. All well, fine and good. Show me more. I'm definitely not impressed. I'm not impressed at all. I will say I'm impressed by the fucking Cowboys in the fourth quarter. They seem to be like a high octane offense once they get warmed up. But outside of that, I'm not feeling it. But the fact that the Raiders kicked the Chiefs' ass yesterday, they hung just like the Steelers did to us. They hung 40 on those motherfuckers. And it really did expose. I feel like it exposed the Chiefs. Me, myself, and I. Shout out to Las Vegas. Ooh, it don't sound right. Shout out to the Oakland Las Vegas Raiders for the win. I'm glad to see Derek Carr. I think it's Derek Carr stepping up, and he's winning. He's out there winning games. I don't know how the fuck or why the fuck or when the fuck Nelson Aguilar decided he was gonna be a great fucking wide receiver. Okay. Alright, that's cool. It is what it is. Fuck us. Basically. That's what he said. I don't know what it is about these previous Philly players, but everybody's been playing lights out. Nelson Aguilar, Sidney Jones, Rasul Douglas. And those are the ones I'm commenting on. There's probably even more who's balling their asses off. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they really hated Carson Wentz that much. I can't really speak to it. Or at least Nelson Aguilar. Sidney Jones, Rasul Douglas, maybe they just didn't like Jim Schwartz and his defensive schemes or the way that he was utilizing them. I keep saying I'm not going to talk about the Eagles. Why y'all keep making me talk about the Eagles? This is y'all fault, not mine. Not mine. That's how the world works now. With that being said, once again, shout out to the Raiders, because they really did expose the Chiefs. The Chiefs are a team that I always thought you don't want to get into a shootout with, because Patrick Mahomes is going to Patrick Mahomes' way to victory. That motherfucker is a problem. He not only can scramble, but this dude can throw almost damn near any kind of weird ass pass, whether it's from the side or from fucking over the top. His mechanics continue to they continue to confuse me to this damn day. You know what I mean? So the fact that you don't want to get into a shootout with them means that their offense is going to give it to you no matter who you are. But the defense, however, like, damn, man, the Raiders put up 40. I mean, this is a Philly fan, so look, I'm about to say, I know bad defense when I see it. Yo, man, 40 in an NFL game? 40? Dog. I don't really know about that. So I'm going to go ahead and get up off of the NFL talk. I'm gonna get up off of that. I didn't get a chance to watch any college football games this weekend. I know. I'm bad. I'm terrible. I'm bad at it. I'm trying. I really am. I'm trying to get into college football and college basketball this year because I obviously ain't shit else to do but sit and watch TV all day. So I'm trying to be better at it. I'm going to try to do this for y'all who are watching and supporting me. All 4 of you. Thanks, man. Thanks, bro. But with all that being said, I think we spent a good amount of time on, a lot of topics today. So let's get into the real nerd shit. I would pick my leg up so you can see my Goku and Naruto tattoo, but I at least let you see the Keyblade. Yo. Alright, so get into some anime discussion. Let's talk about God of High School. So I'm not gonna harp on this too much because I caught up to where the English dub is, which was episode 7. Episode 8 should be coming out sometime soon. But in regards to episode 7, shit's popping off. Hands are fucking flying. All well, fine and good. We got motherfucking Four Eyes Nerd who has a stand from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure where he can take the stand's scythe and fuck shit up with that like he's Maka from Soul Eater. Dope. And then we've got the fucking red bone with the red nose with the white hair that has a stand that's a dragon. Also dope. And they throwing paws. I gotta say, I like old boy with the glasses. His shit just seems cool as hell because not only can he control the big Grim Reaper scythe looking motherfucker, the Joker, I think that's what he calls it, but it's the fact that he can take cards and then throw them, and now he can impale you through the cards. That's pretty dope. And he was already stabbed through and through, and he healed from that. So now I'm really intrigued, and I think he's the only one to take off his wristband that was limiting his power. So I think that's just like the commissioners. I feel like shit's gonna keep popping off from here. Not too much happened with check this out, I learned the names. Mori Jin, Dewi, and I forgot the girl's name. Shit. I forgot her name. Goddamn, that quick. And I'm too lazy to look it up. It is what it is. So we forgot about More Useful Sakura. Or I forgot about More Useful Sakura. But they started the 3-on-3 tournaments, and Morihjin hit the wrong pressure points, and he got his ass. He didn't even get his ass kicked. He just got stomped on, and he didn't get eliminated, but he lost his round. Dewi came through for the squad, got his win, and then my four-eyed Bube with the Moonlight Sword style secret technique number 27, I think, and she kicked the shit out this one girl. They got their win, so they move on to the next round. Hands were thrown. There's not a lot of exposition I can talk about during this, but hands, ass whippings was handed out. That's all I can say. Oh, I'm sorry about kicking the shit. So, we talked about that. Alright. This kind of goes into news about me. Kind of doesn't, because it's more about a manga discussion. No new anime this week. I didn't really watch Megaloboxing because I was preoccupied with the other shows, but when it comes down to the manga this week, I tried something different. So, shout out to King of Lightning. King of Lightning is probably one of my number one inspiration, top one inspiration to making a YouTube channel, just because of how much fun and energy he puts into his reactions, reviews, and discussions, and all these different things. So he has, I found him a long time ago, back during I think I found him during the 4th Shinobi War arc. That's when I first found out about him, and one of the first videos I saw was Kakashi Sucks. Now I was like, yo, you're not finna talk about my homie like that. And then he talked about my homie like that, and I was like, I've been saying a lot of shit about this dude. He might have a point. So I found out about him, and like throughout my time subscribed to his channel, I see that he talks about this one manga with this really cool looking art. It's just, it had so many chapters. I had that One Piece fear where it's just a daunting number of chapters. You don't really want to catch up to it because it's so long, even though I've literally caught up to like My Hero Academia and fucking other manga. So he talked about this one manga called Kingdom, and I was like, ooh, he's like mad excited about this. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give it a try. I told some people on YouTube I'm gonna give it a try, so this is me giving it a try. And I said I'm gonna start with my same rules for an anime, where I'm only gonna read 3 chapters, and then I'm gonna get my thoughts on it. All right, that didn't work. I read fucking 5 chapters, and I'm hooked. This shit is nice. I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad that I took a leap and I just, decided to listen to the masses. Sometimes people in the comment section be knowing what they talking about, right? So I went ahead and I read Kingdom, and I gotta say, the shit is fucking dope. So from what I'm reading from Kingdom, we are in 245 BC, West China, West Side, and we got my boy. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all this now. I can't pronounce nobody's name, and I'm not finna embarrass myself in the first video trying to pronounce nobody's name. So this is what we're gonna do. We throwing nicknames at everybody. So, for example, the main character, my boy X. I don't know what else to call him. He's gonna be Red X from Teen Titans. Next, we got the little kid in the chicken suit, Krillin. Just because he reminds me of Krillin for some reason. Don't know why. Then we got the pretty dude. The pretty king dude. Guess what his name is? Haku from Naruto. I know the truth. I know that's Haku. You can't play with me. He just got bigger eyes. He's opened his eyes more. Next, we got Damian Wayne from Batman. But, he's the king's little brother. So, that's basically it. So, what happens in the story is Red X has a best friend. Him and his best friend are orphans. So every day they go and they fight each other trying to get better, because their whole goal is to have their name, like they want to join the army so they can become generals and get their rank and stature up, and they get some mansion, get some hoes, get some boats and hoes, and then they can go ahead and live life and have their name known throughout all under the heavens or something along those lines. Terrible quote. So one day they see like this fancy dude comes up. He's like, "Oh man, they throwing hands. I like this shit. Hey, I like you kids. What's y'all names?" They tell them their names. I'm not gonna repeat it. Pretty kid. Look, Haku #1 and Red X. Cool. So old boy goes. He talks to the dude that technically owns them or takes care of them, the village leader. Not gonna pronounce his name. And he's like, "Yo, them 2 little ass kids out there that beat the shit out of each other. Hey, I want the one that looks like Haku from Naruto." And he's like, "Oh, bet. I love Naruto too. Hell yeah, you could take him. You want the other one? I don't like that little motherfucker either." He's like, Nah, I just want the one." So the one kid, Haku, gets adopted, and the other kids all like, "You know what? I ain't even hate on you. Go have fun. Go be great. You got this." 2 months later, Haku shows up back in front of Red X, and he's dead, or he's dying. And now everybody's like, "Oh shit, what the fuck happened?" Turns out that the king's little brother, who we haven't seen them yet, is led a rebellion to try and kill the king. All right, we got that. Oh, okay, cool. So they took Haku all the way over there, and Haku somehow survived the slaughter, and he made his way back to give Red X a map. All right, Red X cries, and he's like, "Don't worry, dog. I'll never forget you. I'll avenge you. I'll kick a motherfucker's ass when I find out who did this to you." So he goes on the little mission, and he fucking finds, excuse me. I'm sorry. See, look, I did it all over again. So he goes and he finds fucking, like, the little place that he was told to go, and this is a little ass shed. Turns out that the person inside is the king. Guess who the king looks like? Haku. He's literally Haku #2. Both beautiful looking motherfuckers with big ass eyes. Alright, got it. So from there, an assassin was chasing them. So the assassin's chasing him. He tracks Red X all the way to the king looking dude. And now Haku and Red X are talking. Red X is pissed because he's like, "Why the hell do you look like my homie?" And he's like, "Who you? Hands off me." And then the assassin dude shows up. Red X fights the assassin dude, and we get a flashback where Haku 1 and Haku 2 are talking to each other. And he's like, "Yo, trust in my homie Red X. Red X is harder than me. He just, he can step up to the plate." So Red X kills the assassin. All well, fine and good. Now we moving on because elsewhere or at the same time, we finally are shown who the king's little brother is, and this little motherfucker, this little shithead, is no shit Damian Wayne, who walks with his hand behind his back, and he's got this big fucking the hills have eyes looking motherfucker following him around, doing whatever he says, crushing people with his hands. So Damian Wayne's logic is because the current king Haku 2 has a different mother. His mother was a dancer from Compton. All right, I don't know what you're hating on her for. She's just out here trying to get her money, support her OnlyFans, shit like that. And he's like, I'm just trying to get rid of all this fucking fake punk bitch ass non-royal blood in here, especially fucking, I'm not gonna pronounce his name, the chancellor who bribed his way to the top, something along those lines. So that's why he started the rebellion. That's where I stopped right there. 5 episodes or 5 chapters, felt like episodes. Great shit, amazing artwork. I can't wait to see what happens next. I'm excited to keep going. With all that being said, I feel like this is one I'm gonna stick around with for a while. I had a thought to kind of mooch. So another thing that I've been watching recently is the One Piece Virgin podcast, and I was like, oh, bet I can get somebody who already found Kingdom, and I can do that too. I kind of don't want to ride somebody else's wave. So with that being said, I'm just gonna let y'all know that, all right, this is where I'm at, and it's probably gonna be 5 chapters. These are longer chapters, but I don't know if 5 is gonna do it justice. So I'm gonna have to look up the arcs. So I'm gonna probably follow the same format, but I'm not just gonna record the same podcast. You know what I mean? I'm down to do a discussion, but I don't want to, like I said, ride somebody else's wave. I'm not gonna say the other word. Now, with that being said, yesterday, we got some manga that also decided to come out. Ooh, shit. Where to even begin? Where to begin? We gonna start with, where to go? We probably gonna end up starting with, My Hero Smacademia. My Macadamia Nut. My Hero Academia, chapter 287. Dog, the shit is just, it's exciting. It's so exciting to continue to see this arc progress. This is probably my favorite arc in My Hero Academia right now. This shit is popped off left and right. Everything is going great till it's gone fucking terrible, to where it's gone oh shit, to where it's gone what the hell. So right now we started the chapter with my thick baby boo, my baby mother, Nana Shimura. I think that's her last name. This is probably one of the only shows I can pronounce last name. But my thick lady with the quads for days, because she hits, she doesn't miss leg day, and she keeps me from missing leg day. She's in the world of One for All, and she sees, obviously we pick up from the last chapter, right? So All For One sees her, and he's like, oh shit, guess who it is, Tomura? It's your punk bitch ass grandma with her ugly, he starts going off, foaming off at the mouth at her, and she's just over there, she's taking it with grace and class and all that, and she's just, your punk ass is back, huh, it seems. But the main thing that got me was the fact that All For One calls her incompetent. So as soon as I heard incompetent, now I'm thinking okay, so Nana probably got killed when All For One tried to use some type of leverage, so maybe he took a hostage, how he tried to do All Might in their fight, where Nana got distracted by trying to save somebody else, be the hero that she is. He used that to his advantage to then go ahead and kill her. That's my logic. But we see that go down, and we then see Tomura, Shiggy straight up says, this may be our first time meeting, but I want you to know, look me in the eyes, trust what I'm about to say. I hate you. He said that shit, and I was like, damn, she might not have been around, but she was out here trying to do the right thing. She just did try to do the right thing at home. So you see how that, the Hero Society plays an effect even on a familial level, not just with her, but a character like Endeavor, who we're going to talk about later. So shit popped off, and All For One continue so he starts to go on a monologue. So he says, whenever a foreign implant, a quirk or somebody else's implant, body parts, whatever it is, gets put into a new body, it's theorized that some people get like the memories or the feeling or the essence or like some type of foreign object, or not object, but a foreign feeling from that person. For example, often when you used to see he had dreams of somebody else that he would see after he would take their quirk. It would stop when he would get rid of that quirk or give it back to them. So that's what he's trying to he's theorizing is going on, especially like within One For All. All right. Well, all that being said, Alpha One is still popping off at the mouth, and Shiggy's getting more and more mad. So he immediately tries to start decaying the world. I don't know. It looks like one of those Professor X mental battles within the world of One For All. So Nana's trying to hold him back, but Shiggy's that hate and that power is just it's starting to overpower her. So then the original user of One For All shows up, and he's like, stop. Chill out. And then they fight back, and they start to overpower Shigaraki. And then just the artwork when One For All is like, nah, man, come on, Shiggy, you got this. Like he's coaching him into this. He's just egging him on and getting him on and just trying to entice him more and more to make him more angry. So All For One starts talking shit about my boy Deku. He starts talking shit about my son. You can talk shit about my baby mama, but not my son. So he's like, oh, this one's worthless. He can't even stand up. And the original user of One For All basically validates Deku, because he was like, nah, man, this power stays with this boy because of his willing, he's constantly willing to do the right thing, sacrifice himself for the good of others. And you see, at a chapter ago, Nana says you can't move in this world, and we've seen that before when Deku has been there not numerous, but other times he has not been able to move, and you see this motherfucker lunge like he's trying to save Shigaraki, and that shit right there really amazes me, because had this been in any other story that was more cynical, say something like Berserk, where you see somebody who is in a weakened state or who's supposed to be immobile just trying to lunge, do more than what they possibly can to try and save somebody who has done so much that they honestly don't deserve to be redeemed. That any other story, that person is going to get knocked off like that. Like, yo, this is Game of Thrones. Oh, it's a wrap. I'm sorry. It's over. It's game. But Deku is out here trying to do the right thing, continuously proving the hero that he is, based off of heart. You see, there's a reason why he's going to become the number one hero of all time. He continuously does the right thing, and it really is amazing to watch him continue to learn and grow. So what continues to happen is One For All, or the original user of One For All, keeps saying all right, this power stays with him, and then it basically confirms what All Might told Deku back a long time ago, that you have to, the current user of One For All has to willingly pass it along. So if they literally go all right, I don't want to give it to you, and then All For One tries to take it, it shouldn't go. I don't know if there's going to be some type of fucking, oh, I can actually do this to make you give me that power, or something along those lines. Later we'll find out, but for right now, it doesn't seem like Deku's going to lose One For All to Shigaraki. Now, with that being said, we end up seeing this big ass explosion. Todoroki is witnessing this all, and this explosion looks like it's blowing buildings back. And then we see Deku and Shigaraki get separated, where All For One is telling Shiggy, he's still in his mind, he's like, all right, hey, go ahead. I say you should retreat, lick your wounds. We'll be back to kick their ass another day. You couldn't steal his power because your body isn't ready. Remember, he stopped at 75%. Shigaraki took down the top heroes at 75% capacity. It ain't looking hot. It ain't looking hot. Don't let this boy Shigaraki get a Gatorade in the system where it's a fucking wrap. It's a wrap. Shiggy done did the SARMs and the D-ball, and now he's out here giving people problems off of 70%. Nah, man. Look, I'm stressed just thinking about it. And to make things worse, so before we get to the other shit, Deku's begging Shigaraki, please don't move. Please don't move. You can see this boy is tired. He motherfucking tired, coach. He done blew his arms up a billion times. He has exceeded his limits. He's done all that he can. He can't move. And it seems like the only ones that are still around is fucking Lockshock and Todoroki. Outside of that, is Game. And guess who's still on the fucking way? Gigantomachia is still on the way with the League of Villains. Dog. I keep thinking about that just because all the top heroes are down. Everybody's down except for these few. So now we're at a point where fuck. So Gigantomachia is on the way with the League of Villains. You see how everybody's conversing with one another. So I know the chapter ended with Toga, but I'm going to go and get it out the way. So Toga is basically, she's not having an internal monologue, but you can tell she's conflicted, especially with not the mission of the League of Villains, but just what the hero mentality is right now, because they didn't try to say it twice. It's like they banked on heroes trying to save somebody. And I think it reminded me of Batman Begins, when Ra's al Ghul was talking shit to Batman, and Batman said, listen, homie, I'm not gonna kill you, but I don't have to save you. So it's that it's not that exact situation, but it's the fact that confusion happened where these villains have this set predetermined notion of what a hero is and what they're going to do. They're going to rip because they seen Deku. Basically, they think everybody's going to work like him, like he's going to save everybody. And then they meet a motherfucker like Hawks who said, I'm here to take you out. Literally, the Itachi of the fucking series is yo, I'm here to stack bodies and keep people safe, so we ain't gotta worry about shit. I ain't no fucking Deku, homie. So Toga is having this type of mental fucking battle going on within herself, and now she wants to talk to Ochaku and Deku. She's looking for that talk no jutsu from Deku, and she's probably gonna get it. Hopefully Deku can move or do something to try and protect himself, because I feel as though these people are unpredictable. They're not going to just talk themselves down. They're damn near have already won, because Gigantomachia is a huge player. Dabi's a huge player. Shit's still popping off. And speaking of Dabi, so Dabi is apparently he's on the way with that one kid. I can't remember his name. The kid with the computer. And I think they're gonna go ahead and expose Endeavor. If you want to see a fucking hit to Hero Society does not, the destruction of Hero Society does not necessarily mean destroying all heroes or killing them all, but maybe taking away their faith. The populace's faith in Hero Society could possibly be what they mean by destroying it from, the ground up. And if we take a story where the longtime number 2 superhero, who is now the number 1 superhero, was abusing his children and his wife, driving them insane physically and mentally, to the point where one of his kids shows up and is, revealed to be this massive villain, part of the League of Villains. Oh, the world's gonna stop. Everything's gonna stop, and then the more political aspects are gonna come into play, and shit's really going to have a detrimental effect throughout the entire world of My Hero Academia, not just in Japan. I feel like this is going to happen. This is going to showcase itself everywhere. So, obviously, My Hero Academia, I can't, yo, man, if you're not reading My Hero Academia, dog, you fucking up. I understand wanting to wait for the anime. The anime is beautiful, and this arc is going to be insane. But I strongly suggest reading that shit, too. I would do it. And I would never lie to you. I would never lead you astray. No. So, the last thing we're going to talk about, I wanted to talk about Chainsaw Man because I missed last week and the week before, but it's really just a lot of high octane action. A whole bunch going down. Body parts are missing, and motherfuckers think the Chainsaw Man's a bitch. And I don't know why. Because Chainsaw Man keeps fucking shit up left and right. Makima don't know what to do with him. Can't nobody hold my boy down. He's out here giving motherfuckers problems. He's giving them the business left and right. The man took his heart out and threw it to the earth and killed everybody. Not in that exact manner, but it's the fact that it just doesn't seem like they have the capacity to take him out. You know what I mean? And Black Clover was straight. It really wasn't that exciting to me, but I feel like I feel like if I was binging it, that'd probably be exciting. Maybe the next chapter would be more exciting than this current one. But it was still a solid chapter. Just not one I'm ready to talk about here, especially by my goddamn self. So the last chapter I'm going to talk about, we're going to talk about Attack on Titan. Yo, the emotions are running wild. So I'm not going to give you a breakdown of Attack on Titan just because I don't have all like on my notes all the necessary things that I have, but I'm just going to give you what I remember, like the biggest things. So in Attack on Titan, I wish I could, this is so unprofessional, but I don't have like the chapter number. The new chapter of Attack on Titan, we start out with the whole gang, the new survey corps on the plane, ready to just reeling from Hanji's sacrifice to try and go stop Eren. And they're telling each other, like, all right, we got to stop Eren at all costs. We got to do what it takes to go ahead and get the job done. The rumbling has to stop. And they start to theorize and think, like, why is things, like, what's going on? So the first thing that they theorize, right, so they start drawing out Eren's new Titan form. And they realize that based off of what the Warhammer Titan did, how she hid in the foot, they don't know exactly where to find Eren because his spinal cord is so long, and they don't even know if he's going to be in the spine. So from that point, they continue to talk, and then Reiner starts to theorize. He was like, you know what's weird? We still have our Titan powers. We're still able to go and battle Eren. We're still able to go and fight him. Why is he letting us do what we want? Why do we have this ability to still stand and fight? And the plot, like one of the plot twists is Eren is listening to everything, and he takes them into Ymir's realm. He's like literally just like snapped, and they are just in the realm of Ymir, and everybody is just pouring their hearts out, screaming, begging Eren to stop. And they're like, yo man, please don't do this no more, please stop. And you see Mikasa, and she's like, you can see it in her face, she's like, please just stop. They're begging. And my boy Eren shows up, and he's like, I can't stop the rumbling. I won't stop moving forward. And then Child Eren shows up, and they're like, yo, we got like, oh, now we can finally talk to you. Just come with us. Just calm down. It's all, we'll find it good. And he's like, no. I brought you here. Like, they were trying to talk to him. He was like, I brought you here so we don't have to talk. I'm here to tell you to your fucking face, these hands are yours if you want it. I'm not going to stop moving forward. I'm not going to risk Paradise's future. They're on fate. I'm not about to let anybody else take freedom from us. I am going to take the world's freedom for my freedom, but I'm not going to take your freedom. And if you want to use your freedom to come fight me, cool. Bet. I'll see you. This motherfucker Eren. Yo, man. If Levi was your GOAT and Eren's not your GOAT now, you fucked up. Eren is probably like top 5. Like, he should be everybody's top 5 anime protagonist. The character development that he has gone through. I'm not saying he's a villain, but I'm saying he's trying to get shit done. You know what I mean? So the whole chapter where Eren is letting them know, like, yo, it's on. I have declared war, and I'm not backing down. But they keep thinking, like, Eren wants to be stopped. And I still think Eren wants to be stopped. He's just at a state where his conviction is strong. And he's going to he's always been about moving forward, and he wants to keep moving forward. But he doesn't want to take their freedom away. He knows that they could stop them. He knows that. He has to do what he feels as though is right, and that's what's making him such a compelling villain. It's like Thanos. Thanos was a villain where, yes, in our morality system, we see what he's doing is evil, but what he sees is him doing something that's necessary for the good of everybody. So Eren is doing what he feels like is necessary for the good of everybody on Paradise, because they were already the ones that was basically, that weren't free. They're the only people that were still, well, not the only people, but they were the ones that were like the disenfranchised, the ones that were being held back. And it's just, yo man, Attack on Titan, this final arc is it's hitting hard. And the last thing that we see was the nation of Salta trying to, I think it's called Salta, where they were trying to declare war, where they already declared war they sent a fucking massive air fleet to try and bomb the Titans. So we're gonna see how that works out. I don't think it's gonna work out too well. Yo, man, we got some good ass manga chapters. But, ladies and gentlemen, that I think, yep, we checked the list. That's all we got for today. I feel like I held y'all here for a long ass time. Shit, man. I feel like this is probably gonna be one of the longer episodes. But that was episode 6. Alright, so let me just go ahead and get this off my chest. To anybody who has watched the video, whether you've already subscribed, whether you're just getting a feel for my channel, whether you're one of the people that, just happened by, thank you. Thank you. I can't say thank you enough. Hopefully I brought the energy this time. Hopefully, everything looks nice. That way it's not too glaring, or I don't sound too off the wall. Yeah, I could do a little bit better with being more organized, but I think that it's not taken away from the spontaneity, but I feel as though, this is still a learning curve. We're 6 episodes in, baby. 6 episodes in, and we got a long road ahead of us. So I just want to say thank you so much. Please, please, please like and subscribe. Help me out. I greatly appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. This has been another fun episode of the Continuity Cast. See, look, I can barely even get the fucking name of the channel right. But thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully I see you again next time. With that being said, go forth, do great things. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Be safe.